What's up, everybody? What's up? Before we start, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into it. As you can tell, I'm starting to sound a little bit better, you know, feeling good, feeling good, feeling great. Um, but a word that happens that comes to mind is suddenly. And you're saying, what do you mean? Suddenly. Well, the way that I look at it, suddenly your breakthrough can happen any moment. Suddenly everything that you've been praying for the most, everything that you've been asking God for, it can happen suddenly. But the thing is, when it happens suddenly, are you prepared for that blessing and breakthrough that you've been praying for this whole time? Are you prepared to handle the blessing? Are you prepared to enjoy everything that God has promised you? And you got to think about it, everything that you went through to get to this very moment, and it suddenly happens. Well, you got to think it's happened suddenly because before all of that, you were preparing, you were praying, you were fasting, you were in your word, you were building your relationship with God. So when everything happens suddenly, it'll just blow your mind. And this is the thing. We also have to remember that everything that we've been praying for and wanting for this whole time, while you're in your trials and while you're going through your tribulations, and you continue to believe everything that God is saying to you and trusting everything that is said in His Word, and you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, then when that blessing and that breakthrough happens suddenly, are you prepared to handle it? So, one of the things that I would say, just for me personally, that I also ask God to give me the capacity to handle the blessing when it comes. So, when that blessing and that breakthrough happens suddenly, in the midnight hour, because we don't know when that breakthrough is going to happen. But when it does happen, it happens suddenly. So are you prepared to handle that situation when it happens? And are you still being steadfast in your prayer life, in your fasting, in your intimacy with God? Are you still trying to seek God first in all things? So when everything happens, you know exactly what you need to do. Boom, 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 just like that. So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to strengthen not only our prayer lives, but strengthen our lives with our family, our lives with our loved ones, just so we can be prepared and stay prepared to do the things that God has called us to do. And just remember, everything that you're doing and going through in this season of your life is for a purpose. It's to help the next person. Just like I've said before, we go through all of these trials and tribulations, not only for us, but for other people, because them getting to know you and getting to know the things that you went through, it'll help give them that encouragement, give them that motivation that, hey, I can continue to hold on. My moment, my midnight hour is coming, and when it's coming suddenly. So be prepared to handle the blessings when it comes. Think about everything that you've been preparing and praying for and asking God to do in your life, and He suddenly does it for you. What are you going to do? Let's stay prepared. Let's stay, hidden in His Word. Let's rely on God and not on man. Because when you have God and you trust Him, He can direct your path in all ways. So, continue to strive, continue to believe God in everything that He said that He has for you. even in the midnight hour. Because when that thing turns around suddenly, it's going to blow your socks off. It's going to take you to a whole nother level. So just be prepared. Be ready for that blessing when it comes. Position yourself so when that blessing happens, you can just go ahead. When God passes that baton to you, you can go ahead and take off and do what you need to do. You can do everything that you need, not only for the kingdom of God, but for your family, for your loved ones, and for yourself. You've been praying for this whole time. So what are you going to do? Let's be ready. Let's be prepared. Let's continue to strive, because when that blessing happens, it's going to happen suddenly. And like I always say, I got two hands and I thank God for the plan. Check out later.